Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside the Park with Emily and Ben. Coming to you today from Clover Field in St. Lucie, Florida. Spring training home of the New York Mets. Come along for a little St. Patrick's Day baseball and we see if this park really is a four-leaf clover. So Clover Park, spring training home of the New York Mets in Port St. Lucie, Florida. So, let's start off talking about ballpark access. Ballpark is just east of I-95, very convenient to get to. Parking, you don't need an advanced parking pass. General parking is $15. Tap your credit card and you're good to go. The ballpark itself, is one of the older Grapefruit League ballparks right now, built in 1988, but it's well maintained. It was renovated late 2018, early 2019. The ballpark was very clean. I thought the concourses were very well done. A lot of touches to Mets history in the concourses. They had a wall of fame. Just outside the ballpark, they had little displays for the various Mets Hall of Famers. So, the ballpark is in good shape and has very nice touches to it. There's plenty of standing areas and gathering areas. Out in left field, there's a bar area that overlooks the visitors' bullpen. So I thought that was very nice. Concessions, you find a lot of the same concessions at Clover Park that you'd find at Citi Field. So, they had Nathan's Famous hot dogs, Nathan's Famous fries. They don't have the helmet nachos, but they had helmet tacos. So, smaller concept to what they have at Citi Field. So I thought a lot of the things that they had at Citi Field, they do try to carry them over here down in St. Lucie. The complex itself, it does allow a reasonable amount of access to the players. The trend towards spring training facilities these days is that there's more of a separation between the players and the fans. But I thought at Clover Park, there were a number of areas where you could access to see minor league games going on. So while we were there watching the Mets and the Marlins at the major league level, the field just beyond the center field area of the Clover Park ballpark had a minor league game going on between Mets minor leaguers and Marlins minor leaguers. So you could walk out to behind that bar area there and watch some of the minor league game going on as well. Also, there was access to the pitching training areas, just adjacent to the left field area of Clover Park, where you could watch several of the pitchers, practicing and getting warmed up particularly pregame. They had the starting pitcher for the Mets out there, as well as the relievers who were going to be throwing, doing some side tossing before the game in there. And I thought that was pretty nice and good access there. So overall, I give Clover Park high marks. I thought it was a nice place to see a game, very comfortable. You know, the one recommendation I would make, though, is that, you know, it does get very hot during spring training games there. And the closer you are to home plate, the better you will be as far as coverage in the shade away from the sun for a day game. Last thing I just think I say about this ballpark is, you know, the Mets are kind of on an island on their own in Port St. Lucie. They're about 40 miles from the closest next spring training facility, which is the Marlins and the Cardinals in Jupiter. So, you know, for as far as the East Coast spring training facilities go, you know, you've got Houston and Washington and West Palm. You've got the Marlins and the Cardinals in Jupiter. And then you've got about a 40-mile stretch until you have the Mets in St. Lucie. So they're a little bit on an island of their own, but still very much doable if you're vacationing in the West Palm area. Well, that's going to do it from Clover Park in St. Lucie, Florida. Spring training home of the New York Mets. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. We hope you subscribe to the channel. Till next time, get outside, get inside the park.